विनिवेशयन्तम्
मुखारविन्दे विनिवेशयन्तम्
वटस्य भद्र कपुटे शयानम्
वटस्य पत्र शपुटे शयानम्
बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि
बालमुकुन्दं
मनसा
स्मरामि.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
One second, Prabhuji, let me go there. We have completed 18th shloka, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Can you translation, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, 4th Canto, 30th chapter, 18th verse, translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yeah.
Thereafter, you will develop unadulterated devotional service unto me and be freed from all material contamination. At that time, being completely unattached to material enjoyment in the so-called heavenly planets, as well as in hellish planets, you will return home back to Godhead. So in this verse, Prabhupada describes about the Prachetas who were given benediction by the Supreme Lord to have all the facilities for 1 million celestial years. But Prabhupada is saying, but because the Prachetas were pure devotees of the Supreme Lord, they were unattached to all the material enjoyment. So this way they were completely free from all material enjoyment, and at the end of the lifespan, they would come back to the spiritual world. So that's what pure devotional service does.
Okay. That's right. Absolutely. Okay. That was the 19th shloka. Okay. Who is there? Sorry, Ravi Prabhu, want to take up the shloka?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
4:30:19. Greshav avishatam chapi
Viheshatam chapi
pumsham kushala karmanam
pumsyam kushala karmanam
mad varta yata yamanam nam bandhaya graha mataha. Graheshu in family life. Avishatam, who have entered.
Avishatam, who have entered.
Cha also. Api even. Pumsham of persons. Kushala karmanam, engaged in auspicious activities. Mat varta, in topics about me. Yata is expended. Yamanam, whose every moment. Na, not. Bandhaya, for bondage. Graha, household life. Mataha, considered. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Those who are engaged in auspicious activities in devotional service,
Those who are engaged in auspicious activities in devotional service
certainly understand that the ultimate enjoyer or beneficiary
Certainly understand that the ultimate enjoyer or beneficiary
of all activities is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Of all activities is the Supreme Personality of
Godhead.
Thus, when one acts,
Thus, when one acts,
he offers the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
he offers the results to the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
and passes life always engaged in the topics of the Lord.
and
and passes life always engaged in the topics of the Lord.
Even though such a person may be participating in family life,
even
Though such a person may be participating in family life,
he is not affected by the results of his actions.
is not
not affected by the results of his
actions.
Okay, this translation is valid for all of us, Grahasthas especially, right? Such a beautiful translation. Let's see what we'll write in the book. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Mataji, Lina Mataji, you want? Oh, sorry, somebody saying. Lina Mataji, you want to take a few lines?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Jai Srila Prabhupada. And this is the purport for this sloka. All right. So generally, a person living in a family becomes overly attached to fruitive activity. In other words, he tries to enjoy the result of his activities. A devotee, however, knows that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and the supreme proprietor. Bhaktaram.
Bhoktaram yeke tapasam.
Bhaktaram.
Sarvaloka Maheshwaram.
Maheshwaram.
Idam Sarvabhutanam.
Idam sarvabhutanam.
Mam Shanti Mruchati.
Shanti gacchati.
This is 5.29. Anyway, yeah. Keep reading.
Okay. Consequently, the devotee does not consider himself the proprietor of any occupation. The devotee always thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the proprietor. Therefore, the result of his business are offered to the Supreme Lord. One who does live in the material world with his family and children never become affected by the contaminations of the material world.
Yeah, stop there, Mataji. That's good.
So Srila Prabhupada is explaining here that so a person living in the material world, they usually get attached to the fruitive activity, and this is because they are surrounded with family, and they're living a life of this material, so they get attached. But in other words, if that person, the living entity, understands that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, is the supreme proprietor for everything, the devotee doesn't consider himself that, look, I am the proprietor. So what he does is everything that he does in this lifetime, he keep it under Krishna consciousness. He even of his business and everything that he does in a daily living life, he put Krishna in the center. So even though he may have a family life and he have children and all of that, he's not affected or contaminated of the material world towards his action, and he said to be in consciousness with Krishna consciousness and be in one with Krishna. So I guess we all can live like that at some time.
Right. Beautiful. Yeah. So this sloka 5.29 is very famous. Yesterday in the class, referring to it. When we have that consciousness that Krishna is ultimate benefiter enjoyer, then all our lives are completely become free from contamination of these three modes of material nature. Because we know that he is the ultimate enjoyer, and there's no question of fighting, no question of argument, everything for the sake of Krishna. Results, therefore, the results of his business are offered to the Supreme Lord. One who thus lives in the material world with his family, children, never becomes affected by the contamination of the material world. That's what Grihastha life would be. As Mataji explained, said, putting Krishna in the center and giving results to Krishna. It's not easy, but at least we're getting there slowly, slowly. Everything for the sake of Krishna. And there's no question of acquiring any karmic. That's what next shloka 3.9 explains. Okay? So this comes in Bhagavad Gita. Everyone repeat. Yagnata karmano yatra
Yagnata karmano anyatra
lokoyam karma bandhanaha
lokoyam karma bandhanaha
tadattam karma kaunteya
tadartam karma kaunteya
mukta sangha samachara.
mukta sangha samachara.
I think we'll see who can read now. Oh, okay, good number of words. Okay. Okay, Vishakha Mataji, welcome back. Can you read Happy New Year? Can you read few lines, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
One who tries to enjoy the results of his activities becomes bound by the results. One who offers the results or profits to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, however, does not become entangled in the results. This is the secret of success. Generally, people take sannyasa to become free from the reactions of fruitive activity. One who does not receive the results of his actions but offers them instead to the Supreme Personality of Godhead certainly remains in a liberated condition. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Sri Rupa Goswami confirms this.
Just wait. I think up to liberated condition that explain that.
So here, Srila Prabhupada is explaining us from Bhagavad Gita 3.9 that who tries to enjoy the results of his activities becomes bound to its results, but who offers it to the Supreme Lord does not get bound to its results. So that is how we all should be. Srila Prabhupada also tells us that people who take sannyasa becomes free from the results of fruitive activities because they offer it to the Supreme Lord, and hence they remain in a liberated state.
Yeah, right. So sannyasa is not just by dress or by sannyasa. The moment we offer our results to Krishna, we are as equivalent as sannyasa, right? These cigarette sannyasa, general people take sannyasa to become free from reactions of fruitive activity. One who does not receive the results of his actions but offer them to Supreme Lord certainly remains in a liberated condition. So it's not necessary that everybody should take sannyasa to become the liberated state. The moment we put Krishna in the center and every activity performed on behalf of Krishna consciousness, we are as equivalent as sannyasa, giving up all results to Krishna. So sannyasa merely not, okay, let me give up my family life. That's what in the fifth chapter, right? Yeah, first shloka I explained, right? Mayavadi says, I don't want to put fire into my home because I want to do everything like what you call give up. But Krishna says, no, that's not the rule. You put fire, you cook food, offer to me, then treat you. That is a real sannyasa. Not, oh, I don't want to do this activity, I don't want to do this activity. How long you're going to? Because we have senses becomes impetuous, and we engage the senses. Engage the senses on behalf of Krishna, and you eat and offer to Krishna, and you also eat. That is the way to go, so that you satisfy Krishna, then you satisfy your senses happily. That is real sannyasa means. Not, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to work, I don't want to have family, I don't want to have this, that's how many don'ts you want to have it? At least you're breathing in, breathing out, survive. Then so many microbes are going inside, we are killing when you take inhale. That is also karma then, right? So that's not the way. Yajnas or karma, lokoyam karma, everything acts, binds us. But tadarthakana kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. When we put Krishna in the center, we do all activities, put Krishna in the center. That is real sannyasa means. Not giving up that, giving up this one, family life, this. Okay? So beautifully explained here. Okay? Okay, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, see Supa Goswami, right? Okay. This what yesterday I was thinking, right? I forgot this sloka. Jivan Mukta Sevachita. Iha yasya hare dasye
Iha yasya
Yes,
hare
Hare
dase
Dasya
karmana manasa gira
karmana
Karmana
manasa gira
Gira
nikila swavapi avastasu
nikhilasvapi avistasu
Jivan Muktasya Uchyate.
jivan
Jivan
muktasa
Mukta
uchyate.
Yate
So karmana manasa gira by action, manasa by mind, gira by words. When we are engaged in Supreme Lord, that is the liberated soul. Okay, so let's see who can read the translation.
Prabhuji, is this verse talking about karma yoga? Then, because
Which
it's
one?
showing
Which one, Prabhuji?
the one what we are reading, this
Yeah,
purport.
that is Rupa Goswami probably explain. We will read. I'll explain. Give me just 1 minute. Huh? I'm just looking. We can read the translation. Abhay Prabhuji, you can read the translation. I'll explain just a minute.
Hare Krishna, purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ji ki
Jai.
Right.
He engages himself in the service of the Lord through his life, wealth, purse, intelligence, and everything he possesses. He will always be liberated in any condition. Such a person is called Jivan Mukta, one who is liberated during this lifetime, devoid of Krishna consciousness. Those who engage in material activities simply become more entangled in material bondage. They have to suffer and enjoy the actions and reactions of all activity. This Krishna consciousness movement is therefore the greatest boon to humanity because it keeps one always engaged in the Krishna service. The devotees think of Krishna, act for Krishna, eat for Krishna, sleep for Krishna, and work for Krishna. Thus, everything is engaged in the service of Krishna. A total life in Krishna consciousness saves one from material contamination, as stated by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj.
Stop. There are material contamination after that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Hmm.
So Srila Prabhupada is nicely explaining that a person who is living through this world, and if he has the wealth, word, intelligence, and he applies that to the service of the Lord, then he is in a liberated condition. Such person is called Jivan Mukta. Now the another category of person who actually engages in material activities, then he is not a liberated one. He actually suffers the uh, actions and reactions of his activity. So now we have this Krishna consciousness movement. Uh, so anyone can join, and then he can uh, learn, and he can perform the activities, um, uh, or the devotional service uh, to Krishna. Um, so by performing devotional service or the bhakti, he can walk on the path of this while walking on in this world, and still he will not be get contaminated uh, by the actions and reactions.
Right. Instead of he, we. Right.
Yeah.
We, not he. No, it's not some X person. We. So we. Right. So Ravi Prabhuji, what's the question? Can you repeat again?
No, Prabhuji, actually, when I was reading this purport, I felt that this is, are they talking more about karma yoga? Because everything they're offering to Krishna, their results.
It is a beyond karma yoga, right? It is Bhagavat Arpita Nishkama Karma Yoga.
Because Prabhuji, you said one time that anything related yoga is with the union with the God, right? And even if a person is doing just karma yoga, offering everything to the God, whatever results he's offering, will he able to go back to Godhead, not performing the Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga?
Okay, just karma yoga, we may not. Okay, because karma yoga also we have certain amount of selfishness. Dhyana yoga we have certain amount of selfishness. Bhakti yoga is the one we are discussing purely here. Everything offering to Krishna, right? So then there is again different gradations. The Nishkama Karma Yoga, then Karma Yoga, then Nishkama Karma Yoga. So Karma Yoga is, you may not do everything what Krishna is asking, but you still put Krishna in the center. Okay? And a level comes where I can only do what Krishna is asking me to do it. Okay? Then you come to level that I do everything Krishna, I give everything to Krishna. So there is a little variations are there. Just Karma Yoga doesn't lead one to the spiritual world. That's why you have gradation: Karma Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, then Bhagavat Nishkama Karma Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga, Bhagavat Arpita Nishkama Karma Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga. So small gradations will be there. So then this is what they're talking is like Bhakti Yoga, that this referring to. For example, if you look at this shloka, right? Jivan Muktasya Uchate. So the word going back to Godhead doesn't mean that we have to go to spiritual world. In this material world also, by performing pure bhakti process, we already got liberated. We don't hanker, for example, the disciples of Prabhupada, even Prabhupada, we have knowledge that they went to different planet. They don't aspire, oh, I want to go back to God, I want to serve the people. Okay, when you put me in the hell, I repeat all this in the shloka, right? When you repeat the hell, no, sorry, you put in the hell or you put me in the Svarga, doesn't matter for me. I don't care because I am always in your bhakti. Even I am always liberated wherever you put me. As long as I am putting you in the center and all activities perform what you're asking me. Right? So simple karma yoga doesn't lead one to the spiritual world. It is only a beginning step. Right? Karma yoga, then Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then Bhagavat Arpita Nishkama Karma Yoga. Then Bhakti Yoga. So small gradations will be there. So the words again, as you this comes to experience, as you proceed in the process of bhakti, advance in the stage of when you remove all anartha nivritti process, right? Unwanted desires, then you come to the next level is like Nishta, Asakti, and Bhava. Then it doesn't matter where you are. You come to that level. It doesn't matter where you are. I want Krishna service. That's it. Right? Does it make any sense or?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. I was just trying to correlate the information from in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, Karma Yoga, they're talking, Krishna is talking about Karma Yoga, right? And he's saying that one who offers everything, whatever, and so he'll be free from all the sins and he'll be liberated.
Right. Krishna doesn't want to disappoint devotees. Okay, somewhere in this lifetime they can only do for 50 chapters. They may not have time for other chapters also, right? So it's the messages. It gradually is building up the bhakti process, right? He's gradually building up the bhakti process. When you come to chapter 1 to 6, right? Purely karma yoga he talks about. Then chapter 7 and 8, Nishkama karma yoga. Chapter 8, he talks about 9th and 10th, he talks pure bhakti. The Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and the Bhakti Yoga. So Small variations are there. Yeah, right. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
So this is beautiful. Jivan muktasya chate karmana manasa gira, by karma, by action, manasa by mind, gira by words. So he talks on the, he walk, what is that we call, we walk and talk, right? He walks on the talk, whatever that English we say. We walk on the talk. What you say, you do. So in the Grihastha life, we may not be able to do those things certain times, right? We are forced to do certain things which may not relate to bhakti, but we still, because we are Grihastha life, that is allowed. That's not like that. Yeah. Okay, let's see this shloka as stated by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Who is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj?
Teacher of
He is a
Prabhupada.
he is a Guru of our Divine Grace Prabhupada. Because of his Ajna, he came to Western countries, Prabhupada. Okay. Krishna bhajane yaha haya hanukula.
Krishna bhajane yaha haya anukula.
Vishaya bhaliya tyage tata haya bhula.
Vishaya bhaliya tyage taha haya bhula.
Okay. Bala Prabhuji, can you read?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare.
Prabhupada ki jai. If one is so expert that he can engage everything or dovetail everything in the service of the Lord, to give up the material world would be a great blunder. One should learn how to dovetail everything in the service of the Lord, for everything is connected to Krishna. That is the real purpose of life and secret of success. Should I stop here? Continue?
As read. No, I can. You have a very okay.
Yes, as read later in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita.
Tasmadasakta satatam.
Tasmadasakta satatam.
Karyam karma samachara.
Karyam karma samachara.
Asakto hi acharam karma.
Asakto hi acharan karma.
Param apnoti purushaha.
Param apnoti purushaha.
You can read the translation, Prabhuji.
Therefore, without being attached to fruitful activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme.
Can you summarize, Prabhuji?
So, Prabhupada is explaining here that if somebody is an expert in whatever he does and dovetail everything to the service of Krishna, giving up the material world is going to be a great blunder. And one should know how to dovetail everything to the Lord himself. And so that way they will attain the real purpose of life and that's the secret of success. Going back to the Godhead. And if one is not attached to the fruity activity, results of fruity activities, then they'll be able to attain the Supreme Lord. Then they'll be able to go back to Godhead.
Right. Yeah, Prabhupada, therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the Supreme. So, what happens is that even in the Karma Yoga, what you said, Karma Yoga, and coming to up to Dhyana Yoga, there is a little contamination of our desires and three modes of material as well. Little bit. It takes, because that requires a training for us to how to dovetail to Krishna everything. Until we come to that point, it is like a matter of number of years practice, or our consciousness get elevated as we read more and more Shastra. Then, you have been attending so many long Bhagavatam class, you yourself notice that compared to 2-3 years back, whatever, and how much change came in you while performing the duties to Krishna. So more and more detachment comes slowly as the time passes by. So that slowly the Karma Yoga becomes slowly Nishkama Karma Yoga. And Nishkama Karma Yoga comes slowly. Bhagavat Arpita Nishkama Karma Yoga. And slowly the pure bhakti process starts. So it's a gradation, very gradation slowly takes place. Of course, you are in Karma Yoga also acting, but it's not like 100% we have that. Slowly it takes. That's why Krishna building up a case for Arjuna, not giving Bhakti Yoga in the first chapters itself. He is telling what is karma, what is Karma Yoga, what is akarma, etc. Slowly building up a case. When come to 9th and 10th chapters, you'll be complete. It is like when you take any course, right? They give introduction, they introduce second chapter, third, fourth. They go deep into like that. Krishna is explaining this, giving this knowledge slowly to Arjuna. When you come to the 9th and 10th chapter, pure bhakti. 7, 8, 8, adulterated. Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Yoga Mishra Bhakti. 1 to 6, purely. Who are you? Who is Krishna? What is Sambandha? He's building up case like that. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just quick question, Prabhu.
Can
you explain the first line?
What is that?
Can you explain the first line? If one is so expert that he can engage everything or dovetail everything in the service of the Lord.
If one is so expert that he can engage everything or doubt everything in the service of Lord, to give up the material world would be great blunder. That's what I'm saying. What happens is as I said in the beginning itself, I cannot, I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't, because I get karma if I do this. Mayavadis especially. Let me sit one place. I don't, if I do this, I get this karma. If I do this, I get karma. So they try to negate. Negation is not Krishna consciousness. Accepting and doubting Krishna is a Krishna consciousness. That's what Prabhupada here. An expert in engage everything or doubtail in the service of the Lord to give up material world. The great. One should learn how to doubtail everything in the service of the Lord for everything connected to Krishna. That is the real purpose and success. So, yes, I will do everything, but I connect to Krishna. That is the secret of the success. Not, I don't want to do, I don't want to, I don't want to do. No. Doesn't work. When the material, I am the material world. Yes, we are in the material world. How to convert matter into spirit? That we have to learn. So the matter plus Krishna is equal to spirit, spiritual. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Who else? Let's see.
Prabhuji, I can read, Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Mataji. Go ahead.
Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ji ki jai.
Yeah. Good.
The third chapter of Bhagavad Gita specifically considers material activities for the purpose of sense gratification and material activities for the purpose of satisfying the Supreme Lord. The conclusion is that these are not one and the same. Material activities for sense gratification are the cause of material bondage, whereas the same activities for the satisfaction of Krishna are the cause of liberation. How the same activity can be the cause of bondage and liberation can be explained as follows. One may get indigestion due to eating too many milk preparations, condensed milk, sweet rice, and so on. But even though there is indigestion or diarrhea, another milk preparation, yogurt, with black pepper and salt, will immediately cure these maladies. In other words, one milk preparation can cause indigestion and diarrhea, and another milk preparation can cure them. So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So, here Prabhupada ji is explaining that in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it clarifies that material activities which we do for our sense gratification, for satisfying our five senses, uh, for all the five senses that we have, like if we wish to eat anything and without giving it to serving it to Lord as prasad, it will be just for the satisfaction of our sense. Similarly goes with the other five senses of seeing something which we want, or smelling something which is not a part of serving Krishna, or hearing anything other than which is not about Krishna. So all satisfying our five senses baby can be considered as a sense of just gratifying our senses. But Prabhupada is explaining, if the same senses are used for the purpose of satisfying the Supreme Lord, then they may not affect us in the similar pattern. They may not create a bondage for us. For example, here Prabhupada is giving a very simple example, very clear and very simple example. That he's saying that, for example, if we eat lot of milk products, for example, just such as condensed milk or sweet rice, but so overeating those can satisfy one our eating senses, our tongue, but if we overeat them, then we may get diarrhea or we may get indigestion. We'll not be able to. It may cause a sickness to us. But on the other hand, like if same thing is there, then it can be also used as cure. Like if we take curd along with some black salt and with some pepper, then it may act in a medicinal way as well. So both are milk, both are a form of a milk only, but their usage is different. Like one eating one can cause a disease, and the other, eating it in a different form can also help to cure the disease. So that is it, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dharma Prabhuji, you want to finish it off? Chandra Rupa Gopala.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji.
Hare
Allah His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
If one is placed in material opulence due to the special mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he should not consider that opulence a cause for bondage. When a mature devotee is blessed with material opulence, he doesn't become affected adversely, for he knows how to employ material opulence in the service of the Lord. There are many such examples in the history of the world. There were kings like Prithu Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak, Dhruva, Vivaswatamanu, and Maharaj Ikshwaku. All of these were great kings and were especially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If a devotee is not mature, the Supreme Lord will take away all his opulence. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead states, Yasyaham anugrahami harisye tadhanam sane. My first mercy shown to my devotee is to take away all his material opulence. Material opulence detrimental to devotional service is taken away by the Supreme Lord, whereas a person who is matured in devotional service is given all material facilities. So here Prabhupada is explaining that if any devotee have material opulence by the special mercy of the Lord, he should not that cause any bondage. Why? Because the mature devotee is blessed with what are all the material opulences. He doesn't get puffed up of it, and he know that these all opulences is just for the service of the Lord, and that's how they use it. And we have seen in the history there are so many examples like Prithu Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Dhruva, Maharaj Ikshwaku. So many examples are there in the scriptures, full of examples. And where the king was opulently favored by the Lord, and Supreme Lord always take his opulence. So here Prabhupada, one thing is highlighting that if devotee is not mature, the Supreme Lord will take everything away from him. And that's how, the first mercy is shown by Lord is to take all the material opulence and put them in such a situation so that they become very firm in devotional service. and that's how they mature in devotional service, and they give up all the material facilities, or they use all the material facilities for the service of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, absolutely. So we should be very, so people prepare for, we should be prepared for that. When you're, if a devotee is not mature, the Supreme Lord will take away all his opulence. As the Supreme Lord states right here, my first mercy shown to my devotees to take away all material opulence. So we think pure bhakti is not so easy, right? You have to go through all these stages. Just not just by doing karma yoga, but there's a gradations, right? First mercy is that one. Material opulence detrimental, very damage to devotional service. After people say, oh, I can do this, I can do that. There's nothing like I can do both. You can do only devotional service. In material life and devotional, these two are not different. We cannot play a double role. It's not easy. And it doesn't stay. Only one life, whether you have material life or spiritual life. Okay, so beautifully explained, very nicely. Prabhupada writes here and explained nicely.
Yeah, one more thing I'd like to highlight, that's a difference between the God and demigod, means Krishna and all his subordinate who is helping him in running this material world. So once Krishna see that anything is unfavorable for the devotee to progress in the Krishna consciousness, then they take away everything. But demigod doesn't do that. Demigod, whatever you like or whatever you want, whether it target your bhakti, they will provide everything without thinking that whether it will be a long-term benefit or not. That's a key difference between lordship and the subordinate of lordship.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions, right? What is this huge, very big shloka took for time, but there are so many references, so much nectarian information. 3-4 shlokas referred here. Yeah. Okay, dear devotees, thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.